This story is one of the saddest beginnings and happiest endings that we've had in gaming in a while. But my goodness, is it insane? I said $30,000 stolen from a gamer with cancer. The story's insane. A cancer patient was just scammed out of over $30,000 from his crypto wallet after downloading a Steam quote unquote game called Block Blasters. On the surface, the game looks like a normal 2D platformer, complete with a bunch of fake reviews on Steam to make it look legit. But a patch was installed on August 30th, 2025, and that secretly dropped in some malware that siphoned data straight to a Telegram channel. A very smart group of computer whizzes quickly went to work to find the dude who did it. They traced the stolen info back through the same Telegram credentials the scammer was using, and it turns out the thief was not hiding overseas. He was in the US on a visa. In fact, specifically, he was in Miami, Florida. To make matters worse, cybersecurity firm GDATA flagged the malware to Steam more than a week before it came out. Steam was warned about it, but they took no action. This is not just about one person's stolen crypto. It's about gamers being targeted with Trojan horse updates and platforms ignoring the warnings until after the damage is done. Stay safe out there, folks. Double check what you download. And remember, if a game suddenly pushes a shady update, it can cost you everything. Thanks to the support of the community, this situation looks like it has a happy ending, but yikes. And I said massive shout out to VX Underground for all the details and hard work to resolve, and also Real Hypnotic and Moist Critical for the heads up. And additional credit to all the people that were noted in VX Underground's posts regarding Block Blasters. But this situation initially was devastating. This is the game right here. It's what the title screen looks like. This is the cancer patient that was streaming it. We actually have a clip from it here from VX Underground.
I understand this can be very difficult because that money normally can help you for a lot of things in your life. But it's not the end, okay? You're such a brave person.
I'm broken. No,
No.
I'm
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. Uh,
Happened live on stream forum. So a group of very intelligent, I don't want to call them hackers, but computer wizards just started going to work on it. VX Underground said, yesterday, a video game streamer named Rostaland TV inadvertently live streamed themselves being a victim of a crypto draining campaign. This particular spear phishing campaign is extraordinarily heinous because Rostaland is suffering from stage 4 sarcoma and is actively seeking donations for their cancer treatment. They lost $30,000 of the money which was designated for their cancer treatment. In this Steam clip, their friend tries to console them while they cry out, "I am broken now." They were contacted by an unknown person who requested they play their video game demo, downloadable on Steam. In exchange for Rostaland playing their video game demo on Steam, they would financially compensate them. Oh, man. So not only is it a situation where he has cancer, but taking advantage of someone in a very fragile state, desperately needing as much money as possible. And it's unfortunately exactly where these people prey on. It's because it's the easiest way to get people in a scam, because you're not thinking straight and you don't think that people are evil enough to take money from you, especially if you have cancer and you're trying to raise money for cancer. You don't think there's people out there like that. My goodness, this world is cold and dark. Unfortunately, the Steam game was actually a crypto drainer masquerading as a legitimate video game. This is the post from Rostaland TV. Said, for anyone wondering what's going on with cancer livestream, my life was saved for a whole 24 hours until someone tuned into my stream and got me to download verified game on Steam. After this, I was drained over $32,000 USD of my creator fees earned on pump.fun, and everything quickly changed. I can't breathe. I can't think. I'm completely lost on what is going to happen next. Can't shake the feeling that it's my fault that I might end up on the street again or not have anything to eat in a few days. My heart wants to jump out of my mouth and it hurts. I won't rewatch this myself, but I have added a clip from the stream after I noticed what has happened. Also, I've successfully CTO'd my creator rewards and they have been redirected to a safe device. So here we go.
No, 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 no. No. No.
So sad. So sad. Raslan continues saying, I'm not the first victim. This is a pump.fun streamer that I've gotten to know for years who has stage 4 cancer, got his creator fees drained by downloading the game. I am going to go back to VX Underground here because there is a hell of a, well, not really a thread, but just a lot of posts covering this entire situation. I'll start with the last one. They said last post about Blockbusters for now. The crypto drainer, which masqueraded as a legitimate video game on Steam, was identified as GDATA over a week ago. It was reported to Steam. However, no action was taken. Here's a great report. This is something that I would think Steam has a lot to answer for, because nobody should have to go to a game download website and be concerned that one of the games they're going to download is actually going to steal passwords and hack into your financials from a video game. That is a disaster for Steam. This is VX Underground saying, here's an image of a threat actor trying to lure prominent cryptocurrency holders into downloading a crypto drainer masquerading as a Steam video game. In this image, they tried to spearfish No Cap Rich, but failed. Hey, Rich, are you interested in a paid promotion? It is no rug or any fake farming project. Me and my team are working on a 2D platformer. Now, I got to be honest, I get messages like this probably once every 2 weeks or so, maybe even more often than that from random indie devs. I typically give them the same response of, thank you so much. Good luck with your launch. I don't have the time to address this. But if they can find someone, I'm not saying this is all indie developers, by the way, but if there's an evil doer out there looking to spearfish and steal, if they could find and thread the needle of someone who's in desperate need of money and has a fundraiser going on and can get them to play their game for their fundraiser and then use that to get the money out of it, it's sad because this is so smooth. We already launched it on Steam. It is called Blockbusters. So basically, you can check it out and let me know what you think. We're looking for good people to promote and vouch for it. And I think you're a great fit because of your pump fun streams. Let me know. Thanks. And this is the Wayback Machine because it's no longer on Steam. But one thing you'll notice when you look at this is the reviews. Very positive reviews, 222, very positive, 67. I don't know if, yeah. Here's the pictures of it. Looks like just a very basic game. It only shows 2 of them here. But I went into the reviews of it, and this is where it gets wild. Blockbusters is a solid mix of action and platforming. The challenge is definitely there, but not in a way that feels unfair. Blockbusters has a solid foundation. Like, all these look like legitimate reviews. The game gives me Dave retro vibes. The sound effects perfect for giving old vibes. These are all like fake reviews. Fake review after fake review. If you notice the reviews, one review, everyone's one review, all one review, or 2 reviews for this one. The one that has more than 1 review, 76 review, not recommended. Prove Steam doesn't do any quality control for games released on their platform. This quote unquote game is a crypto drainer / virus that just stole $30K off a stage 4 cancer patient live streamer. The money was supposed to be for his cancer treatment. Look up the story and you'll find. I don't blame the scammer. I blame Steam. Valve at this point is run by nothing but a bunch of complacent, money-hungry leeches. Gabe Newell and bleep every Valve employee for allowing the company to get to this point. I should say, for a situation like this, especially with the surrounding circumstances of the stage 4 cancer patient being involved with it, that Steam, I know they want to avoid making this bigger than it is, but Steam needs to address this. They need to acknowledge they fucked up and they need to make it right. And if Steam is like, we're really sorry, we're happy that this group of people came together, found the scammer, got the money returned to the person, but we're going to go an extra step on this because we dropped the ball here, and we're going to triple the amount of, because this is like a drop in the ocean for Steam, triple the amount of money that he had for his fundraising campaign to pay for his cancer. That would go a long way, I think. I think Steam and Valve proper would avoid doing that because they don't want to set a precedent where anytime something goes wrong, people are going to expect them to drop $100,000 on something. I wanted to share the GoFundMe. If you guys had any interest in donating to this person, I'm going to share this in the description. Help me beat stage 4 cancer. This is the official GoFundMe for this person. And they said, hi, I'm 26, a crypto degen through and through. Normally, I'm chilling with my brother in Tenerife, but life's thrown a curveball, and now I'm stuck back in Latvia with my mom and 2 younger brothers. Since dad was never in the picture, life's been one big struggle for us, but this last hand dealt me something worse than a rug pull. Back in December, right after I was drowning my sorrows in the holiday spirit, I noticed a weird lump on my back. Thought it was just from sleeping like a bum in my chair since my dog passed. It was too painful to go back to my bed without him. Fast forward through some chaotic family Christmas in my old town, and this thing only on my back turned from a minor annoyance to a full-blown nightmare. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but again, feel free to check it out yourself. It is really tragic. So if you do want to contribute, it'll be there for you. Going back to the Ohamachi, this fake account here, they said, as others pointed out, this Zitter account was compromised from threat actors. This is not the threat actor's personal account. I'm sharing the tactic they used to lure people, which is not so different than what happened with DJ Slope, Jake Randall, a number of YouTubers that have had their accounts hacked or taken down. And it seems like what these hackers do, one of their ends is trying to get a legitimate account compromised first to fool people into thinking it's legit. It's been around for a while. It has a lot of followers, people that you might even know. And then they use that to send a message like they're a legitimate person. If you're curious about Block Blaster, the crypto draining malware that masqueraded as a legitimate Steam video game, John and some other nerds did a brief write-up on the malware over here. I've noticed 2 undetected malware samples that are targeting influencers and VTubers by masquerading as games. Really need some help from people smarter than me. Multiple accounts have been taken over already. Discord and AWS C2s, please help. I'll even post cat pics. So it sounds like this is turning into a pretty widespread problem. And if I was Steam, I would be pretty concerned about it because this could compromise your entire platform. And almost more dangerously, compromise a lot of indie developers. Because if gamers are hesitant to purchase a game from an indie developer because they don't know if it's going to steal all their money, then nobody's going to take chances on games anymore. That's the most devastating part about the entire game industry going on with this. Massive issue. Massive issue. So, and this is the ending to it. I received a bunch of notifications today about the Block Blaster pseudo takedown that occurred in response to the group of individuals spear phishing. I appreciate everyone thanking me or giving me congratulations. I'm not fully responsible for the actions which occurred. I did reverse engineer the malware and identify the infrastructure. However, any work done was accelerated due to a group of people. When I announced I was going to look into the video game closer to determine the malware, it was malware. A person contacted me and spun up a group of like-minded people interested in examining, and they found all these people. I've never really spoken with these people before, but each of us was angry from what we'd seen. Before I get off from the evening, I want to note that I'm uploading Block Blaster to the malware library. I have also synced all samples in triage and virus total if you want to examine them closer. And they noted that here. And this is the actual, goes into a lot of detail. I'm not going to dive too far into this, but this is the GDATA cyber defense write-up from what transpired. Blockbusters infected Steam game downloads malware disguised as a patch. This was reported to Steam. They had concerns shared that it was malware, and Steam still allegedly allowed it to pass through. And once it passed through, the Trojan was in stealing a batch file, and it goes through all the code that they used, everything to collect the data, execute the main payload, steal the payload, all the code that was used in it, the telemetry data. And they said the reaction, meanwhile, the game has been flagged on SteamDB and is marked as suspicious. The game was removed from Steam shortly after this article went online. Interestingly enough, there was at least one live stream where an individual had their system infected in front of a live audience during a fundraiser with cancer treatment, as reported by VX Underground. Heartbreaking reaction to a streamer is very sobering reminder that malware does real damage to real people and is far more than just an abstract number in some abstract and faraway place. It reminds us that the work we do is important. So again, huge shout out to this group of people that came together. It's like a group of computer superheroes. It's like, no, we're going to get this cancer patient his money back. And they did it so quick. It is very impressive. Very impressive. So shout out to them. Again, huge shout out to Hypnotic for the first one that gave me the heads up on this video today. So make sure you check that out if you haven't seen it already. Also, Moist Critical did a video on it as well. And I have a feeling a lot more people are going to be talking about this because this goes far beyond just block blasters. This goes on to a integral issue with potential Steam uploading patches to games in the future. But we'll see what happens with it. I will leave that one there.